Hey, how's it going? Please look at some signs. It is once again quite late that I'm getting started. And it's also really hot in my house, and so that's why I'm wearing this silly sundress. Because it's like the coolest thing I have to wear in here. So I pulled a bunch of cards today, like by accident. I didn't want as many as I got, but I got 3 from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck because they just all came squirting out at the same time. And also 3 from the Animal Spirit, or the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. And I pulled 3 from that one too, or rather they fell all over. So there's 3 of these too, and I saw them and I thought, wow, this is a really big assignment. I hope I can get it right. I hope I can do it. I think I can. It's just, I don't know, like, it's just a little intimidating to have 6 cards to have to deal with instead of 2. So I shall begin with the Watchers card with the subtitle Transpersonal. And it's really pretty. Whoa, gosh darn it. Where is my indicator? So yeah, it's really pretty art, and it definitely has a desert feel. This central figure, I looked at it, well, as usual, I looked at it and saw a bunch of different things. Like every time I looked at it again, I saw more stuff or different stuff where the first stuff was. Yeah, it's like a moving picture. It's kind of confusing. But I will soldier on. So, the first thing I noticed about it was, I need to put this up here, because if I throw it on the floor, I'm going to get upset because it has other cards in it, and I don't want any of that to happen, so stay. You go there, because you are for this. Thank you. Okay, so, the first thing I noticed on this card was, if you train your eye right in there, and all of this white sort of pointy spire-ish looking light, looks like pointy spires, and there is a halo. See, around there, round circle, and in the center of it you can see most clearly what appears to be crystal wands, quartz crystal wands, the clear ones. And wand is not like what you'd see on like a cartoon or Bewitched or something, where it's like a little skinny stick with a star on the end or something. These things are crystals. They're cut crystals, and they are basically an obelisk shape. So that's what those are. It's not even a question. Like, they're fully crystals. That's how they grow out of the ground. Although they don't, as far as I know, they don't grow out of the ground like this. I believe they grow in caves underground. Well, I know they do. But what I don't know is maybe somewhere on the surface they can be found. It's not really that big of a point. But, so the next thing I noticed was on top of it, right under the halo and the crystals, was this. Okay, now it looks different again because the camera. Okay, so the first thing I saw was not what it is, so I'll tell you the second thing I saw. See this little round deal here that looks like a handle, and then it's attached to this plate thing, And then you see these two little white deals, and I think those are eggs, like boiled eggs, right? And then it's shifted into something else. The handle turned into a lioness ear, and the eggs with the dark on the end there turned into a nose. And all of this is the lioness face, although the other ear would be here. I don't know where that is. And then it changed again because I noticed that this outcropping is man-made. It appears to be. It looks like it has had some decoration work done to it. It looks to have been carved out of this rock here, and it seems to be wearing clothes or some kind of ceremonial garb, because there's this like long bow tie thing, and it all seems to come up to like some sort of vest type situation. And I don't know, it just looks like ceremonial garb to me, but you know, that's my impression. So again, with the feline face here, 2 eyes, the nose, and the snout, mouth, and the ears. So it's like, I'm not sure what the deal is, but I guess there's like a feline thing happening here. And it is like one of those Egyptian animal head deities, because it seems, like I said, seems to be wearing clothes like a human would wear, and then it has this feline face. So, and then the crystals coming out of the top of it, I'm just, it's one of those things where, well, if I'm lucky, it'll come to me while I'm still doing this, but it might be one of those things where in the middle of the night I wake up to go to the bathroom and it's like, oh, that's what that meant. So hopefully we'll just get it all here. And it is the Watcher's card, so it's like this person was assigned to sit there and watch this cat person until eternity or something, because they fossilized into stone, right on the stone. Unless it's just everything's just a carving out of the stone. But no, let's go with the first option, because it's a Watcher. And this thing just changed again into a rotary phone, like one of the plastic ones from the 90s that was all flat and I don't know, weird looking. So it looked like that for a second, and right when I looked at it, I was thinking, the Watcher is fossilized face forward. How are they going to look at stuff? How are they going to watch things? So then when I just remember, I said everything, not everything, but things change when I look at them a few times. So this feline face plate business, I thought drone, and then it turned into a funky shaped directional receiving dish. I'm going to read from the book now before it turns into any other things. Oh, hey, no. Don't do that. I feel like I have more pages here than I need, but it's just the 2. Watchers. Serendipity, the observer/witness, transpersonal. You know what? Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Well, I went away because I thought, do I really know what transpersonal means? And I discovered that I didn't. I don't even know what I thought it meant. But when I just looked it up, it said something about like a level of consciousness that's beyond identity, which I think I can understand, because I feel like, well, we all like have maybe a cultural identity and a personal identity, and it's something that's like deeply important to us because it's like a part of us that's, I don't know, like the most of us. Get up here. So I can relate to that, because I feel like all of the races and cultural identities and all of that stuff, instead of everybody just being plain old human, just gives us stuff to fight about. So But that's just an opinion after I looked up transpersonal. So let me just tell you what the guidebook had to say. I can find a way to look at it that doesn't blind me. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. When watchers appear, it is an invitation to stop doing. Pause, get off the treadmill, and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you. Simply observe. Well, that is actually really good advice, because something that was theming hard today for some reason, I guess so that I would know to mention it, was and then forget about it immediately when I try to talk about it. Let me remind myself. Oh, the being able to witness and not have it affect you, and not get caught up in the drama, and not have like your anxiety auto triggered, or your whatever it is triggered by whatever's going on outside of you that you're witnessing. Like, it really, I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with you. Does it directly affect you? Do you have a dog in the fight? Probably not, if you're just watching. Like, why get involved? You don't need to add your spice to the drama. Moving on. The time is right to step back. If you have I already read that. Never mind. Watchers show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Okay, ding! Oh, I have my bell. Well, I'll get it, my chime. Totally, the horizon talk was central in today, like what I was doing and what I was writing. Crazy synchronicities all the time now. I'm getting my chime in case I have the need to ding. Yeah. Let me read this some more. Good grief, where's the good light angle here? Watch you show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know you are not helping the sun set in the evening sky. Okay. Not letting the sun set in the evening sky. Okay. I think I have a flavor of what the heck that means, but man, that's like a foreign phrase. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent such a long time trying to correct the course of events. Dang, and the actions of others. Let it be for a time, a short while, as you become the observer rather than the doer. The watchers invite you to break free from the linear, casual pace of the petty day-to-day. Rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter, dang, produces results. Things happen without your doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious way, requiring only a sacred witness. Let it be. Just let it happen. I know that phrase has terrible associations, but in this case, it's apt. So, we're going to move on now to the next card, which is Lost Compass. So, obviously, the theme here, there's a couple, but it's going to come up again, obviously. Like I was just saying, the one that's really getting me is what it says about serendipity and coincidence. I've been having so many synchronicities. It is insane. Although it's not unexpected. Like, I have been doing my study, and this is like exactly what's supposed to happen. Oh, is this a peanut? Yep. Haven't eaten yet, except for some peanuts. So, synchronicity, a theme. Observing without freaking out, a theme. Not for you, just for me. Like, today is crazy. So, lost compass. Getting back to integrity. I'll just read it. Getting back to integrity. Finding the way home. Trusting intuition. So, God, you just like battering me about the face and about the head and skull with the synchronicities. I love it. I have to exclaim on it. I'm just amazed. Okay, reading the book. When the lost compass appears, it is a sign that you need to find your way back home, back to your source and center, relying on your intuition to arrive there. Be wary of the signs telling you to turn here or there, or to avoid this or that person or situation, because the outward indications are not reliable right now. Be careful not to believe all the advice you are receiving. Rely only on your innate sense of direction and guidance, and use your homing instinct to lead you true. Speaking of synchronicities, I have had a situation, and I'm like really excited, and I want to hurry it along, but I know that I can't, because you can't. Like, some things you can't rush. They just happen in their own time. So my task, when I became aware that that was the case, was to like just simmer the hell down, really. And it was hard. I couldn't sleep. It's been very difficult to meditate. I can only do it for a couple of minutes, and I don't know what it is. It's like when I start doing it, the cat comes, like both of them. Well, I don't have two anymore, but when I got the one that I have now, there was another guy, and he passed away. But they would both come and be all attracted to me when I try to meditate. Ow. So, I mean, I know that we constantly emit a frequency. I guess meditation makes the frequency one that is attractive and enjoyable to my cats, which is great. I love that. But why did I start talking about it? I have to remind myself. Oh, not taking like the word or reporting that you might see on the television at face value. Because, ouch, for one thing, there's so many different news sources saying things, and you first have to determine, am I even watching news? Or are these people just talking about the news? Are they reporting it? Or are they just opining? I don't need some other people to opine for me. I can do all of that myself for me. So, like, you have to, I believe what the card is saying is that right now we need to kind of exert some more discernment at what we're looking at and what we're believing in, what we're taking in, and really like test it for authenticity, because you don't want to go forward. Sorry, there's like peanut shells down here bothering my foot. I knew they weren't all going to go in the trash can, but I was hoping. Anyway, the I guess the reason why I brought up the cats and the authenticity and the meditation, because it just occurred to me in that regard, like, I'm not calling them, I'm not doing anything in particular deliberately to entice them. It's just that my energy changed in such a way that they just want to be in it. And right, because yeah, he's over there. He can't decide if he wants to stick his head in the empty soda can box or water. I don't drink soda, but it's that kind of box, except I had cans of water. And he's over there, like, trying to wear it as a hat or something. Well, now he's embarrassed because I started talking about it, and he's acting like something else is happening. Don't get fixated on him. The point is, I think that I started talking about that, the cats and the meditation, because I'm not saying anything, and I'm not calling out to them or anyone. I'm just sitting there trying to be completely blank and clear and deflect thoughts. Not deflect them. What you want to do, this is what I've learned, is be able to meditate in the middle of, like, the street at high traffic hour, and just be able to, I was going to say tune it out, but really what you want to do is just, like, make it a part of you. Like, don't, like, make the perception be not distracting and disruptive, but part of the all, like, part of where you are, like, your location and the sounds that are in it are just incidental. It's just there. That's just it. Like, maybe there is no quiet time or place and you need to meditate. So in the middle of the street during traffic, or, you know, in the public area where you live, or a park that you sit down, like, wherever you go, the way I understand it, and because if you're really doing it right, you should be able to do this. But if you're able to do that and you're doing it right, you would, I hope, be able to do all this other magical stuff. But that's also not what I need to be talking about. Just that I was putting out the pure energy and it attracted the cats. And that is definitely an authenticity that I want to maintain. And yeah, I want to, like, get some and build it up and hold on to it and nurture it and just keep it. And that's what I do. I go meditate when I lose my compass and my center gets all messed up. And you know what happened recently, it's not even a bad thing, but it's just like I get so excited that I can't even like think straight and concentrate and all that stuff, or it's difficult. Good thing I don't have to, like, go somewhere and be responsible for stuff. Good thing I'm, like, you know, basically retired due to my health, so I don't have to inflict any of that on people, like that I was just talking about. So let me see here. The Lost Compass has come to show you that you need to find new counselors. You are not getting the mentoring you need for your success. Who is that person you're looking up to as a model for what it means to be a woman or a man? Trash that ideal. Tear up the picture you carry in your mind. You are meant to be you, not the best copy of your dearest friend. Make this your mantra. Love me or leave me. The Lost Compass is a blessing in disguise because you sometimes have to lose your bearings and find yourself afresh to discover a new course. Well, I think that's everybody all the time, every time. Like, very few of us are going along in life and realize this is the point where I need to make a change and then do it. Like, most of us just go along until we're just derailed because, well, in my case, until my circumstances changed, just working and getting up every day and going to work and coming home and going to sleep and like just doing that over and over and over. Just, if you think about it, it sounds monotonous and tedious. I don't know how I got that from tedious, but okay. Yeah. Oop, vision going all cuckoo again. So yeah, again, with the looking at the news and getting like the wrong information, why are we looking at other people to inform us about us? Like, I know it's hard. I know that like language is contagious. I've seen it just start in obscurity. Like the words have always been there, but the usage ebbs and flows. And there'll be some really obscure word that either I'll use it and then all of a sudden I'm seeing everybody everywhere say it, or something will come from somewhere else and it just like it's an infection. it's a word endemic or pandemic. What am I saying? I'm just saying all the words. But yeah, this is just reminding me that like you are the best gauge of you and who you are and how you're feeling. And yes, don't like, if you are a close friend to someone or you really love and admire someone, it's weird to emulate them to the point of single white female. It's just weird. Like you're gonna even think, is this like single white female and this person is gonna steal my identity and then my life. So you have to be able to figure these things out. Like you need to be able to sniff out like what's fake, not like fake news, like actual real stuff, not just like slogans that everyone's saying that no one's actually seen an example of. It's out there, but are they perceiving? They're perceiving their version of it, and to me their version is wrong, and that's okay. They don't need my approval or permission. They're still going to have their outlook, their own truth and reality. We just have to coexist, that's all, and try not to like not derail each other violently or something. Let me make sure there's not anything else I want to say there. Yeah, said it. And the final card of these I pulled was Magician Sword 37, and the subtitle is Confidence in Your Magic. So I'm very much sort of reading these as if it's about me, and it always is, but also it always is about, you know, everyone, which is what I intend. I think like what I was talking about, the not being able to meditate as well, I think that is like affecting, well, it's not just me. Like you may not be trying to meditate, but you may be discombobulated and like off center and just this side of irritated or anxious or something. It just feels like there's something there waiting. Like you can't just let me be blank and calm and, you know, whatever, normal. There's got to be all this like in the background. But yeah, having confidence in your own magic. Well, I can take that personally a couple of places and realize that I've got this ability to sort of wield the metaphorical sword and sort of, or even more than sort of, actually have a hand in like controlling my world, my destiny. And we can always do that, but the level of consciousness that we all have has changed and enhanced and deepened. Like I don't think anybody thinks of it as simple as awake and asleep anymore. I think we all understand that there's more depth. So with this like overstimulation that I've been feeling that's kind of interfering with everything, but not making life impossible. It's just always there and always sort of shaky and unsteady. I don't know why I have to move. Well, I guess I have to like express what it feels like, and that's what it kind of feels like. You just don't know when you're gonna step, and it's just gonna be stable and normal, and you don't have to like be worried to hurry up and jump on your balance. And it's more for me about the affectation of the energies on me, and like the situation I was talking about before where I had to, you know, really tame my excitement and not like let the chihuahua in me get all excited and start yapping and over talking and running around and rushing things and pushing things. Like, it was really hard to do what I know. Like, it's had to edit myself. But yeah, I had to learn how to, I'm visualizing like what I did and trying to figure out how to articulate it. But it was basically like energy that I could sort of see and mold, but not with my hands. Like, I had to sort of like work it with my mind. And once I kind of realized that I could do that and then started doing it more, and it was like that was getting confidence in my own magic. I mean, I don't know if that would be magic to you, but it's a big deal for me to be able to get a grip on my emotions that get so out of control. I mean, they feel out of control. I don't like go out and act on it. I'm not like drinking until I'm cross-eyed or doing anything. I'm a total homebody. Like, I'm just in here getting all nervous and thinking in circles. That's what I mean. But that's affectating. I don't know. It gets under your skin. You feel it in. You know, when I say you, I mean me, and I feel uncomfortably. Not always, just recently. But as far as the image here, wow, you know, it's amazing, because this has like sort of a pinkish mauve kind of thing going, and what's really foremost and like eye-catching in the artwork is the sword, where it's the light around it is like a dull like fog, and it's like I said, the sky is kind of mauve. And then I turn it around and it's like the sky is like the sky where there's a fire, like a forest fire, and the sword is just ablaze with gold and light. There's no mauve to be seen. Maybe just a touch right here in the right light, but it really is a more beautiful card on camera. But that's the sword represents your magic. Like, I just named like a magic of mine. We all have some kind of ability to work magic on some area of our life, and it's up to us to figure out what that is. But that's just mini interpretation for, well, it's all for you, but there you go. So, reading the book. Magician's Sword. Confidence in your magic. Nothing can stop you. The beauty you seek. When the Magician's Sword appears, you are called to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs, or to friends who are not so true. With the power of the Magician's Sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you are kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty thought or belief, and let the blade do its magic. Incise those faulty thoughts or beliefs and sever those tethers to the friend that didn't turn out to be that great of a friend after all. I'm reading it out of here. I paraphrased a little bit, but it's don't overthink it. I just didn't want to look and take my face into this again, and I wanted to talk to you. So, but I gotta do it anyway to see what else it says. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles. This is true. Because, you know what I think? I don't think seeing is believing. I think believing is seeing. So there. Think about that for a minute. But don't look to heaven to grant you a wish. Look within. Use the magician's sword to cut through limiting beliefs, and remember that all beliefs are limiting, and focus your intention in order to create what you wish. Focus your intention in order to create what you wish. Why is that so hard to say? Now I lost my place. You have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You only need to muster the wherewithal to deploy the resources you have. When the magician's sword appears, it is time to get moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished edge. I would have gone with honed, but okay. It is an instrument calling for decisive action. And remember, the sword is alive. With wisdom you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate. Act! Do it now! But not recklessly. Use your head. You have a sword in your hand. Just use caution. Use the sword wisely. What's the big deal? Okay, now for some more cards. Gosh, I'm only at 37. That's not bad. And these, there was a theme immediately. I didn't have to look at or read anything. It was just right there. It literally flew in my face. Okay. And that's going to all make sense as soon as I find the other cards. I cannot believe 4 cards out of the other deck. Why did I just get a chill? I know there's 4 cards. Is that some kind of mystery? Anyway, 3 of the cards fly. There's a moth, right? You just can't help itself. Gotta just, like a lemming, gotta head for that light. Oh, I don't want to look at you yet. I want this one. Will you stop that? And then this was the 3rd card. Actually, I'm doing them all out of order. This was the 1st card. So, the theme is the flying, right? That was the first thing that popped out at me. This one I know, I already looked at the book earlier, so I'm just going to tell you what I remember, because that'll be like my deepest impression on it. But what it was, what stood out was that, but I didn't need the book to tell me this. This is what I always think. Bird is always going to have a bird's eye view. They're going to have a higher perspective on what we may be looking at and unable to see. So the point of this card, or the reason, I'll just go with the point, is to say that your vision is not going to be like 100% true, like the Lost Compass was talking about, unless you can have a clear view of what you're looking at, a clear unobstructed view. And this was just ever chasing the light, left turn, right turn, something changes and you need to go back to the well, so you're always seeking the light That's what this says to me. So, high perspective, highlighting what there is to be seen, always looking for the light and the beauty. And for me, that would be laughter and joy. Like, this is a rare being. I mean, it is to me. I've never seen one where I live. I'm pretty sure it's a tropical moth. But it has beautiful colors. It has green of renewal and life. And it also reminds me of a fancy Japanese kite, which also flies in the sunlight. I mean, I suppose you could fly a kite at night. I've never seen it done. And then the owl. There was something in particular about the owl that I read. Why did I just lose my place? So I want to get the book here, get the page that it was on, so I can hopefully recall what struck me earlier. Oh, so yes. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. Good fortune, take that. Okay, he's doing that invisible cat thing. I hear him, but I can't see him. And you made me lose my place. All right. Wealth, beauty, and good fortune. That's right. So this is talking a lot about good fortune, treasure, a boon or treasure on the way in either a spiritual or material form. So treasure, material form, good fortune, abundance. For a lot of people, all of those things basically mean some type of money or material possession, and also the awareness of it, like, coming up so many times. I know that a lot of people are very budget conscious and very much into investing and Bitcoin, real estate, what have you, all of those things. All of those things that just mean the kind of work and annoyance and trouble that I don't want to be bothered with. Like, you know what, I'm every day I'm realizing how happy I am that I'm not poor. I'm by no means rich, but you know what I have? Everything I need. I mean, I don't even have room to have more stuff. I don't even want, I don't think, anything. I mean, there's a couple of things, small things, like I would like a camera that is not my phone, but I have my eye on one that's only a couple $100, so soon I'll have that. And I would like to get somebody to come in here and clean on a regular basis, but other than that, I mean, I have to say I got it made. But I'm a little disturbed by that because it is the concern of everyone, not everyone, but of a lot of people. I mean, I just got a job recently, and it's involved in like Bitcoin and cash, and it's not really like my line, but it's remote and I can do it here. If I don't get too aggravated or agitated, rather, then I can just do it. But I have to. The state of mind I was talking about earlier, about being agitated and like on the edge of anxiety and sort of, I don't even know. That does not make that job easier. Made learning it extremely hard, but I did finally do it. Okay. The final card that I pulled, yes, there is another one, and it doesn't fly, but it's an egg. It's got a snake wrap around it, so maybe we're not talking a flying, like a bird egg. And then it occurred to me, you know what reptiles can fly? Dragons. cosmic dragon egg. Oh, taking flight from the ground. I made a note. Because that's how I got to dragon flight. Because I saw the egg and everything else is flying. And then it was the lizard. And there are lizards that look like they could fly, but they don't. And dragons all fly. And so the little message I got regarding the egg and the reptile and the flying was taking flight from the ground. So that's like remote flying to me. But it has meaning in particular to me, but generally taking flight from the ground is like deep meditation, in my opinion, like or astral plane travel, when your physical self ain't going nowhere, but the rest of you is questing off all over the place. And that is like, that could be like a metaphorical dragon, because they're real and they're not real. Put that in your reality truth and smoke it. But in the not real world, they're taking flight from the ground. And what does that all mean? Well, I think that all means with the flying is like, we have a lot of concerns about these material and really financial matters, but they can be handled wisely, and that's what I'm getting from this one. I already said what this one was about, this one as well. So all of the flight stuff covered. How does that affect us? We don't fly. Maybe we're in planes. Maybe we're just in other situations that elevate us and give us a bird's eye view of what, though? Of this type of abundance with the financial and material? Or is it more of a ethereal, in the head type thing, where you have your central nugget of your idea, your thought, and then you expand from there and go fly somewhere else? Yeah, that's I'm petering out on that. And then I talked all about all the other ones. So basically it's all about being vigilant, staying true to yourself, staying true to your word, keeping a lookout, keeping it light, happy, beautiful, fun. And then also just being wise and taking your time and not rushing into these decisions that can be so serious if some little thing goes wrong. These financial things, like it wouldn't even have to be like the whatever the financial arm is that you're talking about. It just could be some, sorry again with the stuff on my tongue. How about I take a drink? Coffee. Lost my thought. I'm gonna wrap this up. Yeah, definitely the vigilant and the keeping a watch. And fossilized, this is old. They know what they're looking at. They know what they're watching out for. They're watching out for us. Unfeeling observer. So it's all a jumble. I'm trying to tie it up and I'm not doing a good job. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the whole thing is just like keeping your eyes open around you, and then also keeping a watch on yourself, so that, you know, look inside, even look so hard and so long that you turn to stone. Because you can get the answer and still radiate your message or save it for later in one of these basically computerized rods, because that's what crystals are also pretty well known for, is storage units of information. Okay, and taking yourself and your power in hand and wisely wielding that power and for the greater good and not to harm anyone. They all kind of together are like a service mission. That's cool. Then I don't have to explain any more than that. Thank you and good night.